All right, we are rolling. Move this camera over here, I think. Let's see. Got bad glare here, guys. Oh, and hang on a second. That's better. All right. There. All right. Now we're on. Bar. As you guys know, I always give it a little bit to make sure it's gonna work. There we go. Hey guys. I get. I'll elevate this camera a little bit. I can't see y'all guys. Hey friends, it's so good to see you. All right, first off, guys, I want to apologize that I wasn't able to do our shows like I told you I was going to, and I didn't do a short to let you know either. I was telling you in my last video that I've been having a dental problem. I figured out what it is. So I started getting a really bad toothache, and then it abscessed. My whole cheek was like starting to swell up and stuff, and I was in a lot of pain. I went down here to the dentist, and they got me in right away, which I cannot say enough about the dental clinic here, Family Health Centers in Orville, Washington. They're really good. They're always really busy, so the appointments are a long way out. But when it comes to like an emergency or something, they'll get you in like that. That's what they did for me. So they took some x-rays, and what it is, there's no crack in the tooth or anything. One of my fillings though is right on top of the nerve, and so there's a little gap inside there that's letting in like the atmosphere, you know, like some oxygen and stuff. You can tell I'm still not talking exactly right, but so I've got an appointment to get that fixed, which will be nice. Then I thought I was getting the flu or something because I just spent the last like 18 hours in bed, just sweating bullets and stuff. I think what it was, because I feel better, but I'm still a little under the weather, is probably the infection. Gave me like flu-like symptoms. So everything is going good. They gave me some antibiotics that I've been taking. They're upsetting my tummy. It's like one problem after the next, right? Sorry, just ate. I've got massive indigestion going on. But anyway, so here I am. I am going to try and let y'all guys know when we're going to be able to do our next shows. We were going to try and do Music Madness tonight. We're not going to be able to. I just don't feel up to it. And then our interview with Jimmy Dudley has had to be pushed off too. When I do an interview or something, I like it to be right, you know, and so if I'm not feeling good, I feel I'm just not present there for the interview and everything. So it's one thing after the next, you know, guys. Good news is things are starting to mellow down in a lot of different areas and stuff. I've got a lot of my footage to edit and put out. It's the same old song and dance, you know. Then, as y'all guys know, we've had a lot of like haters and stuff concentrating on trying to wreck our channel here and everything. And the best thing to do for that is to just let them go, in my opinion. That's like Alaskan Bush people. Got a lot of hate too, you know, but the important thing to do in life is to just forgive the people that don't like you and stuff. And the reason that I forgive people like that isn't so much for them, it's for me. If I'm able to forgive people who act out or try and harm me and stuff, then I don't have to harbor that resentment, and I can move forward in life in a positive way. You know, I'm sorry, I'm still a little bit dingy, so if everything is coming out word salad, I really do apologize. Thank you, big thank you also to everybody who has subscribed to the channel here lately. I was starting to get a little bit down about it because of all of the negativity that's been generated out there. Basically, I've got a couple channels that have turned it. They're fan sites, basically, is what they are. They love us, right? But they're always concentrating on hate and slander and making up lies and junk, right? And so, yeah, so I was worried for a little bit because like things really dropped off here on the channel, right? And like nobody subscribed for a while. And I'm sitting there like, dang, man, I think I'm letting these people destroy what we've got out here. And I don't even know how. I mean, I've been trying to do things the right way, you know? And then a bunch of people subscribed just last night. I woke up, I felt really good about it. That's why I'm trying to get these adventure videos done. I actually started in my delirium last night. I got onto my editing program and I started pulling in some footage, and then I'm like, no, this sucks. This isn't a show, right? Because like, well, you should not edit or do really anything when you're a little bit delirious, right? But it did give me the energy though. And the happy feeling to be able to go ahead and edit the footage I have and start putting out the videos. I was explaining to somebody in a comment earlier today that when things got difficult and like, you know, an artist has to be in the right frame of mind for the art to be right, you know. So as things have settled and as I'm starting to get my crap together again, we're gonna get some adventure videos out. I cannot see any other comments here, guys. I'm so sorry. Hang on. My lips are so chapped, too. I appreciate the company, says, oh, Goofy Bear. Me too, Goofy Bear. I'm so glad that you're here. I really appreciate y'all's company. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Oh, that Najar. Oh, no. Nagtrick. Thank you so much. Says that he hit the like button. Mike Granada. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Howdy, Matt. Keep warm. Nothing best warming up by a real fire. Right on. I was thinking about maybe starting a fire here a little bit later. I'm still a little under the weather, so like I might just go lay down too. I'm not sure. I'm one of those people, it's always been hard for me to rest when I'm under the weather, and I'll always push myself. I used to always push myself and just get sicker and sicker. So I'm trying to learn from those mistakes of the past and just rest when I'm not feeling good, you know? Andrew Larson, the hardest part is starting, but once you get going again, it will flow well. Andrew, I agree with that. And thank you for your encouragement. I totally agree with that. Like I said, even in my delirium, when I started trying, I found that I fell back in love with it again. You know, I mean, I never fell out of love with my craft and my art. But at the same time, it's that desire to keep going on it. Yeah. Suzanne. Hey, Suzanne. Hi. Nice to see you doing well. Thank you, my friend. Sonny Dupree. How you doing? Lighting LI21. Haters will always be out there. Right on, my friend. And you know something I had noticed too, or realized, it's in a lot of the, hey, there's Lady Luck and Brenda Lee. Hey, guys. It's not a literature and stuff, is that if we're attracting a large deal of hate or negativity and stuff from people, it actually means that we're kind of successful in what we try and do, especially if we're trying to put out a good message into the world or give something back that isn't negative and stuff. So if we're attracting that kind of like negativity and that hate, it's actually a really good sign. See, what people don't know too about Alaskan Bush people, the reason that show's numbers did so well was from a lot of haters who would tune in to watch it and then figure out what they hated about it and then go and post it on all these different like Facebook sites and stuff, right? So yeah, no, I'm in a really good mood. I feel like crap. I do. At the same time, I'm really optimistic about a lot of things. Also, I've got a couple ideas to shut down some of the people who are truly toxic. I'll talk about that later because I don't want to always hang up on that. I'd rather move forward in happy and positive ways, you know. However, at the same time, I feel that addressing the things, the negativity and stuff is important too, because like we have to be able to take care of these things in order to be happy and successful, you know. It's like you ever see a eagle flying around and there's a couple crows pecking on its wings and stuff, you know? At some point, the eagle has to turn around and eat the crows, right? Otherwise, they're just going to pull his feathers out and he's going to fall. The thing is to do it in the right ways, you know, and not let us become them, basically. Somebody once put a fence across, or a gate across the road that was public access. And everybody lied about it and everything, right? Saying that it wasn't public access, blah, blah, blah. Well, I believe in free travel. I think that if it's a public road, that public road should remain open to the public, right? And so that stuck in my head and everything. Well, one night I got down there and I thought that the gate was open finally. And so I decided that because it was locked and I didn't have any way to turn around or anything, and it was an illegal gate, that I was going to tear it down. And at that moment where I decided that, I realized that me doing something wrong, even though they had done something wrong, still made me wrong, if that makes any sense. And so, yeah, I backed up for about 4 miles. Well, actually, I inked around and turned around and finally got out. You know those 20-point turns? But that's the thing about life, I find. You know, there's a right way to do things, a right way to interact with the things that are wrong, basically, that allow us to succeed and not turn into them, basically. You know what I mean? Which I do all these things for me because I just don't want to harbor resentment and stuff in my soul, you know? Ghost mode. There you are, brother. How you doing, man? Doing well, Max. Okay, you're talking to Max. Just got off work. Awesome, Ghost Mode. It's good to see you out there. That's another thing, especially here with our community. I just have absolutely no desire to give energy to the negative people anymore. There's a big thing that a lot of people on the internet, people with way bigger numbers than me, right, go through, and a lot of them are even psychological people, right? That we can get 100 positive comments, and it's the 1 or 2 negative ones that seem to hang up in our head and stuff, which can be weird. So that's why I just want to focus on us moving forwards, doing right and doing good, you know? Wow, guys, this chat is moving. Montana. Oh, Montana guy, 26. Okay. Hey, Matt, I'm just finishing up the last season of Alaskan Bush People. What happened that made you guys all split up, and do you still talk to everyone? Well, it's complicated, Montana guy. A lot of stuff just kind of got in the way in different areas, you know, and in life, it's normal for people. People are supposed to kind of like separate and go their own ways and stuff. You know, it's really abnormal for people to stick together and never grow in any way. And I feel in large parts, that's what happened, was that we had stuck together, but didn't grow in any positive ways. And then finally life moves forwards, you know, and I've got a couple brothers I talk to, you know, there's still some hurt feelings in different areas with different people and stuff. But for the most part, we all just decided that we're going to like go our own ways with our own lives, you know. But like I said, I've got a couple brothers that I still talk to and stuff. It's just, it's healthier to be able to be ourselves, you know. 355 Highway. What's up, Highway? This is why people feel like they do not need to express themselves. The regulars in here know me. I mean, no harm, just irritated. I completely understand. That statement is normal and natural, and I completely understand that. Irritation is difficult. You know, you don't have to be mad to really be irritated or anything. I've been irritated over the past few months and stuff because I've worked so hard here on this channel for so long, and I've made friends. I've made a lot of real friends, but I made a lot of friends with people who at some point they thought that this was like their channel or something, you know, and this is our channel is the point, right? It's no any individual person's. And so, you know, through through disappointment or irritation, they began to lash out and everything. And that really kind of like started to hurt my feelings. And that's what I would be concentrating on. Basically, it's like 12 people, you know, and I think it sucks to let the negativity of like 12 people who aren't just willing to sit back and be part of the community. They want to be all of the community, basically, is how it feels to me. Or when they don't get what they want, you know, they just go join these other hate sites and start lying and stuff, you know. Yeah. What I always try and do if I'm going to discern the truth of a matter is I try and see if there is hate involved or a hateful tone involved in what people say. So like people can be really good liars and stuff, but at the same time, their tone lets you know whether or not it's true, right? I mean, is there some resentment here? Does it go beyond hurt feelings, etc.? You know? But no, Highway, you're a good member of this community, you know? And it'd be weird, it'd be unright, I think, if people didn't have feelings and express those feelings, you know? Shit happens, but family is family, says Ultra MAGA Patriot. Yeah, but at the same time, family can be some of the most toxic, soul-sucking individuals on the planet. More people are manipulated and done wrong by family than they are by anybody else, you know, and that includes spouses, girlfriends, boyfriends, etc. So not all family is just great because you're related to each other. And the important thing in life is to realize that you are worth more than this or that, and never let any situation allow a toxic person to take advantage of you, make you feel bad, use your hopes, your wants, your dreams, your love as weapons against you, if that makes any sense, Ultra. Dry Water, what up, Dry? Matt, sometimes you have to stand your ground. Take your licks and keep walking. Hats up. Right on, yes. And as far as taking your licks, try and get a couple of licks in at the same time. You know, I find in life, so like I've been trying to do this thing called Meditations of Matt. I know I spelled job wrong in my last post. Okay, it's auto-corrupt. I know how to spell job. It's a 3-letter word, and it's phonetic too. I'm just saying. But all right, what was I going to say? Right, getting in your licks. So with my philosophy thing, I just try and think of stuff and everything and make connections that I've never made before. So like the idea of revenge versus justice, right? There's a difference, especially if you ask certain people and everything. But at the same time, it's an outcome thing, right? So somebody wrongs somebody and they seek revenge for it. The other person gets hurt or loses something, and that makes the person who was harmed originally feel better, right? And that's revenge. Well, justice is different, right? Justice is more about legality, etc. And people draw a very clear line between that. However, okay, so like justice, the end of justice is when somebody is brought to justice. They wind up losing something, be it time or property or revenue or something like that, to make up for some hurt or wrong that they did. But if we look at it, it's the same thing. Somebody loses something for having done something so that someone else can feel better about it, right? I don't think that, I mean, we need justice in this world, right? But I don't think that either of those are applicable reasons to go out and like, you know, try and take stuff from people or harm them emotionally or whatever, you know. I think basically the best, what I always try and concentrate on is forgiving people. However, at the same time, we can't, like I said about the Ravens or the Crows and the Eagles, at the same time, I don't feel that we can allow them to pick us to death at the same time. So for me, the only time that I ever move forwards in trying to, it's about getting it to stop, right? So yeah, see, that's another thing I just need to meditate on more before I talk about it, I guess. It's a preemptive ability to stop the attacks, right? So you got to get in your own legs. Juliet, hey, Juliet. I'm glad to hear that, Matt. Thank you, Juliet. Alaska Critter Cam, what up, Alaska? Now 7 forever. Matt, you can live victoriously through my cam. I love that. Awesome. Madman, you talk to Gabe much. He seems the nicest. When I see him around town, yes, I talk to Gabe. Gabe and Bear, basically. Yeah, definitely Bear. But he moved out to Florida, so I don't get to see him anymore very often. Well, I mean, anymore. Michael Branscombe. So what do you think about the allegations against your brother and sister? I don't have any thoughts on it, to tell you the truth. It's, we manufacture, make our own circumstances in this world, Edua R. Dalveredo says hi. Hey, how you doing, my friend? Damon, 2 wrongs don't make it right. Right on. I completely agree with that. Yes. The shooting star, 355, sorry. Okay, you're talking at 355. JT, what up, JT? Good to see you. Yay, I caught alive. Hi, Matt. Hi, everyone in the chat. Hi, JT. It's good to see you in here. Jimmy Dudley, what up, Jimmy? Jimmy says, hi, everyone. Hope all are doing well. Doing all right, Jimmy. Doing all right, my brother. Finally starting to feel a little better. I'm just still kind of under the weather, Okay, you already asked that. Okay, so Black Nut talking to JT. Fanboy guy says hi. Hey, fanboy guy. Juan Do says, Matt, we miss you, Henry, Rhode Island. Hey, Henry, good to see you. I know I've missed y'all guys. I've just been so under the weather over the past couple days. Had to recoup, It's been something I've had to learn throughout my life, is to take the time for me that I need, to feel better and be all right. Highway says, I am your friend, but I talk to you all to better understand things. Am I not hating? No, Highway, I've never heard you say any hate or anything, my friend. Thank you, Ghost. Right on. Ghost Mode is welcoming all the new subs. Right on. Really appreciate y'all guys, too, for subbing. It helps the channel so much. It really does. And it helps me a lot. And I hope that you enjoy the content. I mean, it has really helped so much. Renee says, okay, well, I guess we'll address it. Bear put out a video saying the family does not receive residuals from the show. He said he paid the taxes for the family property. Yeah, Bear wasn't there during the contract signing, is all I can say about that. People always forget. They say things like I wasn't standing there. So, no, don't even want to address it anymore. But, yeah, I'm getting my entertainment lawyer so that I can get my residuals. Cool. Ghost is saying, hey to Jimmy. Highway, I don't resent. Right on. Resentment is like taking poison, expecting it to kill the other person. It only burns us up inside, Highway. Lori Bell. Hi, Lori Bell. It's all good. Highway, right on. Right on. Blackened says, Michael. Okay, talking to somebody else. Jimmy Dudley saying hey to Mark and Max. Michael Branscombe, what do you think about... Okay, yeah. Because you've already said that several times, my friend. Redfoot, what up, Redfoot? Saying hey to Brenda Lee. Shooting Star saying hey to Jimmy. Jimmy saying, hey, a highway. I'm going to drop down a little bit now, guys. AA Me says, hey, brother, we glad to see you. Say you love her and are devoted. You, the man, you are true and a good man. Loomis, bud. Hey, AAME. Thank you so much for your compliment and your encouragement, brother. I really appreciate you being there. I'm not sure if I'm really a good man or what. I'm trying to be, though. You know how that is? Sometimes I like to say that I'm trying to work for the good guys at this point, you know, and there are requirements in order to be able to do that. I try and do the good or positive things that I do to like make up for some of the suffering, you know what I mean? And also it does make me feel a lot better. As I was talking about a minute ago about doing things the wrong way, like others do things against us the wrong way, it just makes me feel bad about myself. So I've discovered that if I try and do things the right way, and I can do things that I don't regret tomorrow, then I don't have that negative feeling inside of me, you know? And it's also really helped to be able to put something positive and good back into the world. It somehow makes up for a lot of the suffering, I guess, you know? You're awesome, my friend. Thank you so much for your encouragement. What's that? Who? Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Cool, totally cool. Absolutely. Jamie, you rock. Best producer ever. Montana guy. I agree. Just because it's blood doesn't mean they can't bring you down. You're right on, man. Yeah. Yep, I hear that. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this here since you won't stop. See, I'm just gonna remove. Now, Michael, if you want to come on in and just talk and stuff, I haven't blocked you or anything. All right, I'm just removing when you're asking the same question about the same thing. Loy Bow, talking to the mountain guy. Andrew Larson. Hey, Andrew, what you up to? Andrew says, just because you're by blood doesn't mean you're bound to that relationship if it's not producing fruit in your life. Right on, Andrew. I hate to always be a bummer. I do just try and use my circumstances because it's all I have to talk from to help others at the same time, you know, because we don't have any control. And I'm not talking about my family or anything. I'm talking in more broad, general, statements. We don't have control in this world over other people or what other people do. We only have any control over ourselves and our percentage of our interactions and stuff, So like what's important in life is to be able to be happy and everything. That's why at the end of Music Madness, I always talk about Tina Turner and her abusive relationship with Ike and the way that she left him, right, with nothing. And she went out and she became Tina Turner, right, beyond Thunderdome. You know what I'm saying? And so in life, we don't have the ability to control others. We can only control ourselves and ensure that our lives have happiness and meaning and purpose to them, Very true. I haven't taught family since my parents died. I'm sorry, Buzz. I understand. Ultra Mega, absolutely. Lori Bell, yes, laughing. Hello, everyone says highway. Right on, highway. Hello, my friend. I'm so glad you're in here. We're all glad you're in here. Irish ship, 217. Matt, you have a lot of knowledge, and I like a lot of stuff that you talk about life. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I try and talk about stuff that I've been through or learned, try and keep things positive even when we're addressing negativity, essentially, because so much of life can eat us up on the inside. You know, I thought it was weird. I was reading a book there, and I forget who it was. It was one of the philosophers, and they talked about like divisions in countries and stuff, and how when there are different factions or divisions in a country or in a community or whatever, it really keeps people from seeing the larger picture of what's really going on. Brenda Berger. Hey, Brenda. Thank you so much, Brenda. Brenda dropped in $20 to help support the channel, guys. Bought an emoji. This is a little hippo dude. I turn around throwing the peace symbol and it says victory. Thank you so much, Brenda. I really appreciate it. It's meant so much for this channel. All of y'all's support. Hitting the like button, sharing, commenting, hyping the video, monetary donations. All of it has meant so much. Oh, also, Kevin Kilborn, if you watched, I haven't seen you in here tonight, bro. If you watch this back, I have not had an opportunity to go down and put that $10 voucher at the Hornet's Nest yet because I've been under the weather. I will, though, like probably tomorrow since I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Tooth is starting to bug me a little bit more right now. I think just from talking so much. Thank you, Brenda. Taylor White, there will always be haters, but the ones that creep me out are the scary ones out there that speak as if they know you personally and don't live in the reality that you only share a piece of your life. Thank you, Taylor. Yes, I understand that. For me, it's like the people that they have absolutely no idea who I am. You know what I mean? And like they see something positive, successful, or good here on the channel, and they just try and tear it down. And I just don't understand it. Here recently, I had had two friends, actual neighbors here, right? Turn into like, I'm not going to call names, but just like nasty no goodness, right? And those get me, especially ones that like this one knows me. It doesn't know me, right? But has been there for a while and everything, right? And so they just say, like, some of these people are like, they'll lie about anything. It's the weirdest thing. What's truly toxic people, or I think they might just be hurt at the same time. You know, it's hard to tell toxic from hurt sometimes. But like, there's some real psychotic shit that people will make up when they decide that they're going to take you down. And yeah, this one, though, I've got them. They don't realize I do. So for me, like I said earlier, it's not about vengeance. It's not about justice. It's just about not allowing somebody to try and take my livelihood anymore through lies and deceit, right? Because this is how I feed myself, how I pay the bills, how I keep a roof over my head, how I keep clothing on my body, you know? And so to go after that for no reason other than like jealousy and hate is like really sickening and weird. But one of these people, they have a job that is pretty high standards, right? So like when we work for a city, if we work for a state, a government, etc., me out here in the public eye, right? Our private life reflects upon our public life, that high job, essentially, right? And so in making a channel and supporting, you know, basically all this nastiness against me, the slander, etc., and the way that they speak a lot of times reflects poorly on their work situation, essentially, right? And so anyway, I'd like it if people would just stop and go do their own thing and leave me to do my own thing, right? And it's not about revenge or anything for me, or even justice. It's just about getting this shit to stop, essentially, right? And so, yeah, people go into things thinking that they're invincible a lot of times, right? And nobody's invincible. There's a lot of stuff that, well, I'm invincible. No, don't quote that. You can get into some real trouble if people actually think that you think you're invincible, right? But people forget what they have to lose as a recourse of taking up hate and evil into their life. You know, everything is a seed. what seed we plant, if the soil will support it, the seed will grow, right? And if we plant an orange seed, an orange tree will grow. An apple seed, an apple tree will grow. Grass seed, a grass will grow, right? And people always forget that when they surround themselves with hate and just nastiness, that those are the seeds that they've planted, and those are going to be the seeds that grow. That's why I try and here with y'all guys, plant good seeds. You know, sometimes we have to go out and pull weeds too. You know, I'm looking forward to this spring. That is going to be really good. I can't wait to get to do the lawn again. Jamie has a beautiful lawn here, and she lets me be in charge of it. And that is like one of my favorite things to do. I love to go out and cut the grass many a time. So I've had neighbors walk past, and they think I'm a little bit crazy, I think, right? Because they'll walk past and they see me out there with my car keys, like doing weird things in the dirt. And what I'm doing is I'll go out and, you know, these little weeds with the broad leaf and stuff that they'll grow up and pop over and then like make dead spots in the grass. Dandelions are bad at that too. So what I do is I'll go out and I dig them out with my car keys and pull the root and everything. But I am so looking forward to spring at this point. This winter has just felt like the longest, coldest fall I've ever lived through. It's hardly snowed. It's always overcast. It's just, this winter has been long and rough, you know. So I am looking forward to this spring. Also, I want to get back up onto Chapaca Mountain too. I missed that. I came up with an idea here recently, guys. Also, so there's a place out by Palmer Lake that I've looked at for like years. Whenever I go out to Palmer Lake, it's on the other side. And what I've thought is, instead of going out to these places where we've gone a lot or where other people go, we could build a raft or something and then raft out across Palmer. And it's all public land out there, right? And then hike up the backside out that way and see if we could get to the cabin. There's like 3 mountains that I would have to cross over to get there, but I think that I could do it. I think we could do it, right? And I think that'd be a really cool adventure, because it'd be like you'd have to build the raft, then raft it over, and then like disassemble the raft, and then find our way through the forest, you know? It would be really neat. I'm rolling a cigarette. This is tobacco. Don't worry about it, guys. I need to get another one of my Bugler rolling pouches. I refill them because I smoke that. It's all natural Native American tobacco, so it doesn't have any like the chemicals and stuff that like regular cigarettes have. The filtered cigarettes, they put a lot of bad chemicals and stuff in that stuff. And so I buy this big old bag of it and I just refill. But I like the Bugler pouches because I've been smoking Bugler most of my life. So I'm going to share have one more cigarette with y'all guys. And then I'm going to head in. See, maybe I'll watch a movie with Jamie if I feel up to it. Or I might just lay back down, honestly. I feel pretty good. I feel better. Getting to talk to y'all guys always brings me up too. I need to get this stupid root canal because it's bugging me. There's a movie I like, because y'all guys know I'm into all the like spy movies, and I mean big time Western guy, you know, but like I dig spy movies and stuff too. And it's a Gina Davis movie, Long Kiss Goodnight, and in it there's a line. The line goes, "Life is pain. You just have to get used to it." Right? And a lot of us who deal with chronic pain know how ridiculous that thought is. At the same time, it's applicable for me, you know, because when I'm going through that, what it means to me is instead of letting the pain and the hurt make me nasty, right? Instead, I focus and I tell myself that nobody else is experiencing this, right? Being a good guy. You know, I started saying nice. Don't ever be a nice guy, right? Nice guys finish last. Being good, being respectful, being kind. These are the important things. And so that's what I do. I tell myself that life is pain. You just have to get used to it. And I go through the rest of the day trying to put something better into it, you know? Britta, if you see this on the watch back, thank you for these lighters. This is like really great little torch lighter. Yeah, totally cool. I gotta get some butane to refill it. I can't believe how long it's lasted though. on one refill. The shooting star. Our planet is getting slammed with plasma from the sun, and we are all affected. Go easy on yourself and each other. Enjoy the northern lights. Right on. Yes. Now I know there's like some intense solar storm going on right now. And I believe that actually, shooting star. We're all have like each person's body even emits like radio frequency and stuff. And I really do think that a lot of that stuff does have a bearing on like how we feel and things throughout the day, you know? And there was also a comet recently. I'm not sure if it's still in our solar system. They called it 3I Atlas. And it had a lot of weird radio signal stuff coming out. So a lot of planetary things, guys, have radio signals and energy emissions and stuff. I know that was playing heck with our satellites for a little while. Double tap your screen, guys. Ha ha ha. Says Quilting Granny. Thank you, Quilting Granny, for reminding everybody. It's awesome. Y'all guys have double tapped that screen 162 times so far. I appreciate y'all so much. It's so good for the channel and for me and for our community, you know. I think I have cabin fever, home fever. It's so cold I can't stand it and haven't left the house in 3 days because it's like 12 Fahrenheit here on Lake Huron and still snowing, says Highway. Dang, Highway. Yeah, cabin fever is real. People don't realize that. Not enough people realize that. What I try and do in that kind of time is just put on a movie. Put on several movies. Stay warm. Remember, I always try to remember that I don't need to be up and going and doing stuff. And it allows me to think of it more like a vacation, right? So staying indoors, hot chocolate is nice. Yeah, I always get cabin fever when I go up on the mountain. The first like 2 to 3 days is the hardest because I feel like I should be somewhere else doing something else. And it takes me a long time to be able to mellow out and just enjoy not having to do anything. So maybe if you look at it like that, like this is an opportunity to be able to just be mellow, try and stay warm, you know, that helps me. All right, guys. Wow, I'm so far behind here. Hang on, did I miss somebody? Hang on. I thought. Nope, that's Brenda Berger. Thank you again, Brenda. Okay, for some reason my chat goes all the way to the top sometimes. Whoa, yo, I'm so far behind y'all. Mac Switch. Matt, you should check out Abolescence. It has our long continuous shot over 3 episodes. Okay, whoa. I will check that out, my friend. Jacob Kufner. Hey, Jacob. Have a good night, Matt. Hope you feel better. I am cooking dinner. All right, Jacob, have a good night. Thank you so much. Yep, I will feel better. It's just going to take time. I feel much better than I did a couple days ago, that's for sure. Or even just last night. So you have a good dinner, Jacob. Oh, and guys, yeah, we're going to do the pig's feet video here pretty soon. As soon as I'm back on my feet, that'll be cool. Jimmy Y619X. Thanks, Jimmy. You're a superstar, bro. Appreciate you being there. Lady Luck talking to James. Yes, Matt's a great guy and always thinking about others before himself. Oh, thank you, Lady Luck. Thank you, James. Y'all guys rock. Hey, Alan says, Lori Bell. Earthy Demon. Awesome name, Earthy. I bet you miss the warmth of home and family. Makes me appreciate the little things in life. May God be with you. And to you the same, Earthy. Absolutely. Yeah, I've actually built a world for myself now that is warm and has people in it that I care about as if they were family. I like that we can choose, like they say, we can choose our friends and stuff, and I think life is about transition and moving forward. Nothing ever stays the same, and so often me in the past, I would get hurt feelings. I'd get hung up on the past, things that had been but won't be again. And that robbed me of the present where I could be making new memories and a new warm home, So I just always try and remember that life is about forward movement, that it's wonderful to have the memories of the past and people that were in our lives and the good times and stuff. At the same time, when those things change, if that's all we can think about it, it becomes poison inside of us that stops us from being in the moment where we are. And I think that building that warm home for ourselves is so important as life changes, as people grow, as people move away from each other, Okay, Lady Luck talking to Alan. Jake, the man. Hey, Jake. Matt, would you be interested in me sending you one of my handmade knives? Man, Jake, that would be cool. If it's possible, I'd like to send you something back, kind of like for a barter, or even send you a little bit of money for it. If like a handmade knife is something that definitely needs to have something back for it, But that'd be awesome, Jake, for sure. You know me, if it cuts or pokes, I love it. Also, homemade knives or homemade crafts of any kind is awesome, I ran a forge. It was a log forge, so I would make a forge by stacking up some logs and I'd fan the air through it. And I've made a couple really cool knives out of large spikes, like the railroad spikes and stuff. My problem, though, was keeping the temper. They always wound up really brittle. I mean, if you have that capability, then you rock, my friend. That is so cool to be able to do that. Estia says, it was so nice to see you again, Matt. I miss you. Thank you, Estia. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for being here, my friend. James Play, what up, James? And please remember to hype the video as well. Hope you get to feeling better, brother. Thank you, James. Absolutely, brother. I will. It's just like I said, I just gotta get back on my feet. It can't rain forever. Yeah, and for me, it's important to, like I was saying, to remember to take the time for myself to heal. Piece of cake, brother. And I appreciate everybody too who has hyped the videos and stuff. It has helped so much. Like I said, we had an influx of subscribers come in last night, a bunch of new cool people. And that's because of y'all guys. When you hit that like button, when you hype the video, it helps send it out to YouTube, and our little community gets bigger and bigger. We're able to pass down that feeling of success, togetherness, and hope in a world that, in my opinion, it kind of makes us all struggle and feel really ratcheted about people who are different than us in our world. But here on our channel, it makes me feel really good, like I tell you all the time, because we've got so many people from so many different walks of life, and y'all guys care about and support each other. So everything that I see on the news, all the division, all the hate that I hear and everything, it's a small group of people, I think, who are very loud, because when I see y'all guys and the diversity here and how much you care about each other, it makes me feel really good. And I think it's great that our channel, through your help and your influence, has been able to reach so many more people, and we're able to spread a message of hope that can keep people from having to feel so confused or uncertain about the world that we live in and what's going to happen in it, you know? All right, guys, I should split now. I am getting a little chilly. I should have put on my boots. I've got these socks, though. They're my inside slippers. My friend Britta crocheted these or knitted them and sent them to me. And yeah, but I should have put on my boots, too, because I am a little bit chilly. I don't want to run down my immune system. Oh, I've got to get fresh tobacco. The reason I keep grabbing it out of my mouth is when it gets down like this and it's really dry, not having any filters, it's just like every time I take a hit, it's just like coming out of my mouth. Yeah. Oh, God, I've got a headache. You know how it is when you lay in bed for like, 18 hours straight? It's just, for me, it just kills my neck. And then, like, it's not that bad until I cough. But when I cough, oh, man, it's like you've driven a spike through my head. It's right here, too. It's just like, oh, man. Yeah. Woohoo, 200 likes, says Lori Bell. Are you serious? Yeah, wow, nice. Yep, we just hit 200 likes, guys. Totally cool. Okay, so let's catch up. Unless something changes, we're going to do... I should ask Jimmy what his availability is. I'll let you know about... because when I do an interview, like I said earlier, I want to really be there. We're going to do Music Madness Saturday, guys. Maybe we will do our interview with Jimmy Sunday. Might be a good idea. I just want to talk to him because Jimmy is a YouTuber. He's a successful YouTuber. He's made the partnership program and everything. He's going through a lot of things in his life and all. And he has a pretty good outlook on things. He's been one of the people that we've interviewed the most, actually, here on this channel. And I just thought that it would be really neat to be able to touch bases with him, with y'all guys, kind of clarify things, etc., as to like how he deals with a lot of stuff, you know. And I know that y'all guys like the dude too, so that's gonna be good. After that, we got pig's feet coming up. We're gonna do a cooking video. That's gonna be neat. I've never had pig's feet before. I think that they're gonna be really good. I got the recipe from this Southern lady who has a cooking channel here on YouTube, and I need to message her and see if it's all right if I give her a shout out during the video. And then I've got my own place coming up here. I get to move into my place. I will still be staying here with Jamie and everything. Like I've explained to y'all guys, it's just gonna be nice to have my own place where I can put my stuff and everything. But February 1st, I'll be moving into my own place thanks to y'all guys and all of your support. The struggle is getting easier. It's getting easier. And this tooth is starting to hurt a little bit more. So I need to stop talking and get out of here, guys. Ending thoughts. Ending thoughts. There are a lot of little things in life that, the way I've observed it, tell a lot of big things. So there's like the weather. Certain clouds, if you see certain clouds in the sky, that means that in so many days it's going to rain. Or out there on the water, on the ocean, if you look out on the ocean and it's all calm and everything, and at the very furthest point that you see these little black things. They look like kind of like little black snakes out there on the water, right on the very end of the horizon. That means the storm is coming, and it'll be on you within that day, probably. In life, with people, with things, there are little bitty signs that hardly anybody pays any attention to. And they give us a little bit of a warning. They give us a little bit more of an insight if we pay attention to them. They say that the devil is in the details, right? Not just the devil is in the details, though. Everything is in the details. So by paying attention to the little things, we can know the big things. I know that's rather cryptic, you know. I think this video, part of this message has been, don't turn into to the other people. So if others are doing wrong and stuff, don't take up what they're doing and behave the same way. What I always try and focus on is making sure that when I'm doing something right now today, tomorrow when I wake up and I'm not feeling the same way I was today, I don't regret what I did. That helps me to live a happier life and not have to live with the guilt, grief, or shame of my actions, which are the only things that I actually have any control over in this world. Look at the light fading out on us, guys. Isn't that kind of neat? Never give up, never surrender, and remember, you are worth it. All right, guys? Piece of cake. Hoorah.